4K curved TV. Is it worth it? So with the price of 4K curved TVs coming down substantially over the past couple of years, should you get one? So this is a question you should be asking yourself if you're in the market of getting a big screen TV. For starters, 4K isn't just a fad, it's the direction that TVs are going. Sure, there aren't as much 4K content out right now, but you don't want to go and buy a brand new 1080p TV only to realize that 4K is becoming standardized. And 4K is. I mean, we have 4K content on YouTube, we have 4K content on Netflix, and already 4K content Blu-rays are coming out. So 1080p versus 4K. It's not as drastic of a difference when we went from standard def to high def, but it is a noticeable difference, especially for larger screens. More details are revealed. Whether that be something you care about, that's up to you. But 4K capable cameras like your smartphone is becoming the new standard, so keep that in mind. Now let's talk about curve. To a lot of people, it may come across as a gimmick and something totally unnecessary. True, but this depends on the type of person you are. Are you someone who doesn't care and just need a TV to watch something? Or are you someone who cares about the experience when watching your TV? The curved screen isn't a gimmick. I say this because it's something that contributes to your overall experience. I'll explain this in simple form so it's not a technical explanation. Two things that I've noticed once I got a curved TV. One, it gives the impression that the screen is larger than it actually is. Normally, when you're watching TV and looking directly at the screen, you're probably staring at the center of the screen. On a curved screen, when you do this, the sides of the screen are a tiny bit closer to you than the center of the screen, making you really feel immersed in what you're watching. 2. Depth of field or 3D. Not actual 3D technology or anywhere near it, but the curvature of the screen creates a depth of field, and in some particular shots, clips, or scenes, it could give you the slightest feeling that you're watching a 3D TV. How? Well, in my first point, when you're staring at the center of the screen and the curvature sort of wraps around your field of view, making you feel immersed, if there are subjects or people on the sides of the screen, the curve makes it seem like they're actually closer to you than the main subject on the center of the screen. It's pretty hard to explain, and something you'll need to experience to know. One thing that I also realized is that watching a curved screen feels more natural versus when I go back and stare at a regular flat screen. What does this mean? Well, the degree of the curve is supposed to match the human eye's natural perspective. You might think that watching content on a curved screen might feel weird and distorted, but it's actually the complete opposite. It's only when you realize this and go back to a flat panel when you'll see what I mean. So viewing angles. If you got shafted and you're sitting to the side of the screen, it's not terrible, but it's bearable. It's not something that'll hurt your eyes or enough to bother you compared to flat panel. And in actuality, when you're sitting off to the side watching a flat panel, subjects on the screen can look more distorted than a curved screen. You just don't realize it because you're used to watching on a flat screen. So is it worth it? Totally. If you're in the market for a new big screen, I would definitely recommend getting a 4K curve. It provides a much greater viewing experience, making you really feel immersed without putting in any extra effort. Like how 3D TVs, you had to have 3D enabled content and wearing the glasses, charging the glasses, and so on. This, you just sit back and dive into whatever you're watching. Hope this helps you out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.